So, first and foremost, before we get into the video, this is the first video back on this channel, Younes Talk. So I hope you enjoy and I hope you are here to stay. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down there. Hit the notification bell to be notified every single time I've uploaded. Let's get cracking. How to grow a social media presence, right? Everyone wants to be a YouTuber. Everybody now in 2023, you ask kids nowadays and you ask them, hey, what do you want to become? And they'll tell you, I want to become a YouTuber. Before it was, I want to become a doctor. I want to become a lawyer. I want to become a scientist. I want to become an engineer. I want to become a pilot. Now, I want to become an influencer. And as crazy as it sounds, right? There are positives and negatives to many things. But when it comes to building a platform here on YouTube, I have been active on this platform for just over 10 years. And I feel like even though the growth was extremely slow, that has actually put me in a good position for me to be qualified about what I'm talking about today. And with the channel that I now have, my main channel, Younes Talks Football, which is on, what is it on now? 142,000 subs, I think it is. And I'm not bragging, right? Well, maybe a little bit. But I feel like making that growth in the space of, which is coming to 3 years now, has allowed me to reflect and learn on mistakes that I've made in the past and be in a good position to tell you what you need to do if you do want to be a YouTuber in 2023. Because I think a lot of things have actually changed and a lot of people don't actually realize. And I see people come on the platform that are trying to make it and they're making mistakes based on what worked 6, 7, 8 years ago, which doesn't work on the platform now. And I don't think they've clocked. I think there are many people that are stuck in old habits, or they've watched YouTube for a long time and they've seen their favorite creators grow and they think, I want to be like them, so I'm going to try and replicate the exact same growth. You cannot do that. Why? Here comes to the first point. You need to be relevant to the time. You have to be relevant to now. You are in 2023. You have to be relevant to what works in 2023, not in 2021 or 2020. It has to be today and it has to be relevant now. To be able to grow on YouTube, I feel like there's one fundamental thing that you need to be ready for before you even hit the create channel button. And that thing is, you need to dedicate yourself to this for the long term. There's many people that come on and they think, I'm going to make one incredible banging video. It's going to explode and I'm going to be famous, right? In the space of one video. Some people that try to think a little bit more objectively will say, nah, you know what? It'll take me about 10 videos. But yeah, after that, there will be that one video that will blow up and I'll go viral. Here's some news for you. Reality check. That won't happen. Unless you're very, 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 very lucky. There is a chance. I'm not saying there isn't a chance. There is a chance. There is a chance that you might get that one video that blows up, right? And views go sky through the roof. Subs come in like a flipping carnival is on. You get them coming flooding in, right? It's very possible that could happen. But let me tell you, the chances of that happening is the same as getting struck by lightning. It's just not going to happen unless you're that 1 in a million. And I mean literally 1 in a million. You need to be 1 in a million. Anyway, you need to dedicate yourself to this. You have to tell yourself, I need to be consistent. I need to be on here ruthlessly. Even if I put up my first video, my second video, my third video, it barely even gets 50 views, right? And even then, which is going to lead me on to a point that I'm coming to very shortly. But even then, you need to persevere. You need to tell yourself, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. It doesn't mean just pump out rubbish videos. Actually put some effort in to actually produce good content in any niche that you want to produce content in. Make sure you do it, but make sure you do it well. And do it consistently. That's the point. If you are not consistent, let me tell you, in 2023, if you are not consistent on your channel, you ain't going anywhere. Whereas I would say 8, 9 years ago, if you had 1 video a month, right? Or maybe 1 video every 2 months. It depends on your, even though these factors are still relevant, but it depends on your titles, it depends on what you put in your description, it depends on your tags, it depends on certain patterns, your thumbnail, your editing style. All those factors meant a lot more back then than they do now. Right now, the number one thing that you need to do is be consistent. Pump out the content. Pump, pump, pump. Don't stop. Because the algorithm will work with you. And that's one thing that didn't really factor back then, the algorithm. The algorithm back then was fairly simple and straightforward. The algorithm now, with the development of technology and the development of all the codes and the AI and everything that's happening right now, the algorithm automation has kicked through the roof in the last few years. The algorithm is so complex, more complex than you can possibly imagine. And the one thing it requires in order for it to help you is consistency. It needs to know that you are there. It needs to know that you are here. Right? You're uploading, you are on the platform, you are active, and you're feeding it constant bits of content. Once it detects that, it will begin to help you. And I don't mean, as I've said, that you're just going to put one video out, another video out, and they're all rubbish. But just, throw a video out. It doesn't matter how good or bad it is, just throw it out. No, because you still need to captivate the audience. You need to be able to capture people. You can't be producing crap content and just hoping the algorithm's going to work with you. No, that's not how it works. You need to be able to captivate your audience. How do you do that? Stick to a niche, stick to what you want to produce your content on, and don't expand too early, right? Make it captivating enough within that niche that you know what you're producing the content about, right? You need to be sure in terms of what you're producing. Don't just come in and think, I'm just going to give this a go and we'll hope it works. No, you need to come in with a bit of a plan, right? What do you want to do? What content do you want to produce? What niche do you want to dip into? Stick to that niche. Don't go anywhere. For the meantime, stick to that niche. Whether it's you're looking to create a cooking channel, or you're looking to create a commentary channel, or you're looking to produce short films, or whatever it is, or you're looking to review things, you're looking to do unboxings, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, stick to your niche, grow the audience within your niche, and then think to expand later. That comes after. Now, in order to create the content, as I've said, you need a plan. You need a plan. Now, it depends on what you've selected, what sort of niche you want to dip into, but ultimately, you need to be able to make sure that you have 3-4 videos planned ahead in terms of ideas. Make sure you are brainstorming your ideas, get your creative juices going. Because once you do that, idea will lead to idea, will lead to idea, will lead to idea. And then there'll be ideas that you'll think of later that you wouldn't have even dreamed of at the first instance. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you stay active in that aspect. And ultimately, if you are going to be talking on camera like I am right now, right? There's one thing that I've learned, and to be honest, this does come with practice, which is that you need to be open, transparent, and as honest as possible with your audience. That is something that's key. Also, show some personality and don't force it. I mean that, don't force it. Be yourself. That is so crucial. There's so many people that come on the platform, and I think we've all been guilty of it, right? I will be lying if I'm saying I've not done this in the past. But you learn, and I'm trying to get you guys ahead of the curve. So you learn. Always be yourself. Right now, I am me. Right? I'm talking to you guys as Younes. I'm not talking to you guys as a potential Logan Paul or a potential KSI or whoever. Right? I'm not doing that. I'm being me. I'm talking to you as I would normally talk to my friends and family. Standard. But show that personality. Don't hold yourself back. This is something that I think many people that are trying to get on YouTube will eventually face when they first start making videos, which is they get all nervous and agitated, and I want to make sure this is right. Hi guys, I'm doing a video for you guys today. They come across like that. Like, no, relax, be yourself. Be yourself. And that comes maybe with a little bit of practice, but you will find your way. However, it is key and it's crucial. One point that goes alongside it, do not insult your viewers' intelligence, right? Be as honest as possible. Be as transparent and real as possible. Why? Because that is where you will grow your fan base. That is where you will grow your audience. It's that one point alone. When you're honest and you're real and you build that personality on camera, people connect with you, right? They identify it, they realize it, and they connect. They go, oh, this person. They have that connection, and then they have a connection for you. Not for you trying to be someone else, not for you, uttering complete rubbish or utter lies. When you're telling the truth and you're honest and you have that realism on camera, people will then connect with you. And that's what makes them subscribe, like a video, and stick around for the next one. Without that one point alone, let me tell you now, you are not going anywhere. Or even so, you might get somewhere at first, and then you will stagnate. I've seen many people have suffered from this point because I feel like, in my opinion, they stop being themselves. They completely stop being themselves, or they get consumed in whatever trend or whatever it is working, or they feel like is working. They're just going to go in that direction and hope for the best. Be true to yourself, and people will respect you for it. And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to respect. When you're honest and you're yourself and you're transparent and you're real, people may not even agree with what you have to say or what you're doing or whatever you're showing, but they will respect you. And most people do tend to like you in that aspect, but they will respect you, and for that they'll stick around. So that is one key thing that goes alongside being consistent. Be real, be honest, be transparent, and be consistent. Those two things come hand in hand. You do that and you have the basic fundamentals to get yourself going. After that, it becomes about the content that you're producing. It becomes, what are you actually bringing to the platform? What value are you bringing to people's lives? That is the key. If you are bringing value to people's lives, if you're doing something, whether it's you're helping or whether it's you're entertaining, you're making someone laugh, you're giving good insight, you're giving great analysis, you're, as I've said, if you're producing something entertaining, you're producing something blockbuster, something someone's not seen before, whatever it is, if you are bringing value to this platform, you're consistent and you're real, you got all the ingredients to be able to make this a success. However, as I've said, the one thing that I say is absolutely key is you have to be consistent. This is a dedication for the long term. If you are not going to do that, don't bother. Just stop. Right now, turn this video off and go home. Or if you are home, just switch your computer off and go on the Xbox or something. But you have to be consistent. This isn't going to be something that's based on just your feeling right now. If you are basing this upon an emotion right now of, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, trust me, that will run out. That will run out. That feeling will die down eventually. And then it's going to be up to you to say, if you are disciplined enough, if you are dedicated enough to go through and keep making the content even when you don't feel like it, that's what's going to get you across the line. So all the things that I've mentioned, plus this one extra point, is what's going to make it a success for you. If you do not persevere and you base yourself on feelings, you base yourself of, I don't feel like doing a video today, you ain't going anywhere. A few years ago, you might, as I said, because you could afford to upload maybe once every 2 weeks or something, so you have time, right? Now, in order to make it, the best way is to be consistent, and ultimately, if you are going to be consistent, you are going to be producing content on days where you don't feel like it. You just don't feel like it. You are just not up for it, but you have to put yourself through, right? Even if it means that, and again, it depends on the content you're making, but even if it means you don't have to record, but you have to go and edit. Because trust me, unless you're minted and you've got a bank account the size of, I don't know, whoever, whatever rich person you want to use as an example, if you haven't got that, you ain't going to be able to afford to go and get an editor to edit all of your videos, unless you have that, as I've already said. Now, if you have that, then great, you're one step ahead and you probably don't need to be a YouTuber, but you're just doing it for the fun and you're hoping for the best. But if you are starting from scratch, you need to make your own content, and it means you have to edit if you do need to edit, or if you are just not feeling for it and your video is mainly commentary based, much like this, and I'm talking to you guys right now, well, you need to get up and record, even if you don't feel like talking. So that's going to happen. If you have the perseverance to get through that, you will make it. You will make it. Just stay consistent, stay real, be honest, be transparent, get your creative juices going, think of good ideas, stick to your niche, expand later. You do all of those things, and I promise you, you will get somewhere at least. Even if it means you start off slow, Don't expect too much too soon. I feel like there's a lot of people that look at YouTube and think, oh yeah, I can do this really quickly, right? I can get 1,000 subscribers ultimately really, really fast. Let me tell you now. Getting your first 1,000 is the hardest thing to do. After that, the ball starts to roll. But getting your first 1,000 subscribers is going to be the hardest thing or the hardest part of your journey. Once you get there, the rest will follow. But it's not easy at all. And I would say this, as I've said, when you get to that journey of trying to build your first 1,000, it's not going to be easy. You have to push yourself. You have to push yourself. Get yourself going. Don't get underwhelmed. Don't get, demoralized. Don't lose motivation. You are going to get videos where you're looking at your views and you're going, oh, only 100 views? Oh, man. No. Think of it, oh, I got 100. That's cool, all right. Next time I'm going to aim for 150. Stay realistic. Set your goals to a realistic level. Small goals. Don't aim too high too soon because you will get disappointed. You will. You'll just disappoint yourself. There's no need to do that. But if you set small, realistic goals, you will get there. Try and get your first 100 views. Then try and up it. Try and get 150 views. Try and get 200 views. Try and get your first 100 subscribers, right? That's it. That's your aim. Stick to that. And then when you reach it, okay, we're going to try and get to 200 now. And then once you do get that, okay, we're going to try and get to 500, right? Once you get to 500, you should be in that state of, okay, I've got this going now. I'm going to keep it moving. Get to 1,000. Ultimately, with views and subscribers, that is how you should be aiming for. And it's, as I've said, it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be quick. You might get lucky, but mostly you're not going to get there quickly. So be patient, have that perseverance, keep plugging, make sure you keep pumping the content out, stay consistent, be real, be honest, be transparent, be yourself, and you will get there. So there we are. Let me know if you've enjoyed this down below, much appreciated. Let me know in your comments and I will see all of you very soon. Hit the subscribe button if you are new, hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. I'll catch you later, people, in a bit. Take care and peace.